Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the number systems. A very brief introduction about the number systems. So the introduction chapter about the number systems deals with the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and rational numbers. So first let me just go ahead one by one. And I will be explaining you each and every topic very clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these numbers can be considered as a natural numbers. These are all natural numbers. Whole numbers, if at all, whenever that you are going to add 0, these should be considered as whole numbers. Usually, the collection of natural numbers are represented with the n, and whereas the collection of whole numbers is represented with the w. Likewise, let us try to understand integers also. Whatever that we have seen the numbers is a positive numbers. If you just consider any sort of negative numbers like -1, -2, -3, everything, all these numbers together can be considered as integers. So you can just make all these numbers together under one particular name. They are called integers. So the collection of integers would be represented with something called z. So what is this z? Here we are representing the natural numbers with the n, and here we are representing the whole numbers with w. And why we are representing the integers with z? Usually this z is derived from the German word Zahlen. What do you mean by Zahlen? The Zahlen means counting. When it comes to the rational numbers, let me just ask you one question. How many numbers that you can see over here? Obviously the answer is 2. 0 and 1. What if I ask you the question, how many numbers are there in between 0 and 1? The answer would be infinity. So if you just see like how many numbers in between 0 and 1, there are infinity. How? Means in between 0 and 1 you can write 0.01, 0.1, 0.11, likewise until it reaches 1, you can find infinity numbers. So all these things are none other than rational numbers. How can we represent the rational numbers? And also the collection of these rational numbers are always represented with the symbol called Q. And Q refers to quotient. And coming to the rational numbers, the rational is a word that it has picked up from something called ratio. Here, a rational number is always denoted in the form of P divided by Q, where it is always assumed that Q is not equal to 0. Where one more thing that we have to understand, a rational number example you can consider always 1/2 is one example, 1/3 is another example. Likewise, you can just write down any number. But of course, as I told you that it was in the form of P by Q, the denominator, which is q, should never be equal to 0. So this is a very important thing that you have to keep it in mind. I will explain you in another video why a number divided by 0 should not be defined. Likewise, let me just tell you one thing here. If you just take a normal integers or the natural numbers like 25 divided by 1, this is also can be considered as a rational number. 35 divided by 5, this can be considered as a rational number. Likewise, negative numbers, and also you just go ahead with the 0 divided by 5 can be a rational number. So hence, what we can clearly understand, a rational number includes a natural number. This includes always a natural number and also it includes on whole numbers. Also it includes the integers. So here a rational number can always be represented in this way. 1 by 2 is equal to 5 by 10. Also 10 by 20. Also 30 by 60. So these are all different examples that you can just go ahead and write. These can be considered as a equivalent rational numbers, or we should call them as fractions. Okay, so all these things can be figured out as fractions. So if you take an example, 7 by 3. If you take this example, there is only one common factor, that is 1. Mean to say, like, there are no common factors other than 1 for this given example. And also this 7 and 3 are expected as co-prime numbers. What do you mean by this co-prime numbers? So to understand what is a co-prime number, you can just go through my video which I have just created for the co-prime numbers. This is what the introduction about the number systems, followed by I'm going to create a video for the couple of examples for the number systems and also the exercises too. Please follow them the same. If you like my video, please encourage with your likes and also the shares, and do please never forget to subscribe my channel for more of such kind of tips and tricks towards understanding these number systems and all of the topics. Thank you so much.